Hello everyone, and welcome to the Why Does My Horse podcast series. In this series, we use science to answer some of the common questions you might have about your horse child. If you want to get to know your horse better, then this is the place for you. Let's get into it. Who wouldn't turn into a gooey mess when their beloved horse child decides to groom them while you're in the middle of a cuddle session? Even the most hardened horseman would surely crack a smile. Bonus points if it's a foal with nothing but pink gums and bounds of enthusiasm for the job. Horses groom each other as a sign of consolidarity, as a way of bonding and cleaning off ticks, or just getting an itch scratched. Mothers will lovingly nibble their youngsters, while the little ones return the favor with enormous chomps and lots of enthusiasm. Close friends will often be seen standing nose to tail, nipping the top of each other's manes, withers, the necks, or rumps. One horse will normally initiate the grooming session, and the second horse usually jumps on board, often mimicking the behavior of his friend and grooming in more or less the same spot as he is being groomed in. It's a great system when you don't have hands with opposable thumbs, and means that horses get most of their itchy spots scratched, one way or another. When our horse children groom us, we instinctively know that we have hit a really itchy spot, and they appreciate the scratch so much that they are willing to reciprocate. It's a horse compliment, and shows that our horse feels comfortable with our physical touch and presence. Sometimes, when we find an itchy spot, our horses will purse their lips, stretching their necks forward and making the motions of grooming in the air in front of them. This is regarded as the equivalent of a horse smile, and you can be sure that you're making your horse very happy by scratching in that spot. Often, horses will have sweet spots where they react every time you groom or scratch them, like the infamous butt rubs. And you can have endless fun scratching horses in their favorite spot as a reward or just to make them feel good. If your horse doesn't seem keen to groom you back, you can try scratching in some of the sweet spots where horses usually groom each other. The dip next to the withers, the front of the shoulder blade, the bottom of the shoulder where it joins the chest, and the chest itself are all great places to try and elicit a horse smile, or even a nibble in return. Horses can accidentally use a surprising amount of force in their lips and teeth when grooming. But if it hurts, we can always step back and move on. Horses will usually stop grooming when we get off the itchy button, which can help avoid some awkward bruises if you have a particularly rough horse. Grooming is always meant to be pleasurable for our horse children, and nothing lets you know you're doing it right than a big smile and a little loving nibble. That's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new about our incredible equine friends. I feel like it's compulsory to add that it would be great if you could like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're also available on Apple Podcast as well as Podcast for Spotify.